Hello, everybody, and welcome to this lecture. The video's name is Effective Resume Building. Effective resume building, which is very important part whenever you go to any public sector or private job or any kind of campus interviews, right? The resume is that document which reflects your personality. So we'll discuss that what actually the difference between the biodata, resume, and CV before starting with the basic process of what resume is. Okay, because we have a big confusion in the mind that what is biodata, what is resume, and what is CV. Okay, so let me clarify to you that. We'll go one by one. I mean, according to the Oxford University Press, the first important document, a very basic document, which is termed as biodata, right? So, what is biodata? Biodata is actually a one-page document which consists of I would say, the hobbies and the personal interest, education qualification, these kind of information about a person. Fine. So we very well know that when we send biodata, when we going to have a marriage proposal or something, right? So a small photograph and attributes, hobbies, interests, and education qualification of a person that consists a biodata. Let us come to the second terminology, second document, which is known as the resume. Fine. So what is resume? A resume is actually a professional document. Fine. This biodata one is a kind of personal document, and this resume and CV are the professional document which are majorly used for applying to the jobs or going in interviews and something like that, right? So the difference between resume and CV is very important to understand, because a number of people get confused because people say, I mean, send your resume, somebody says send a CV, they write in the upper, this is my resume or CV. So I mean, we need to understand what is the purpose of these resume and CV, so that we'll be able to actually get the concept that what is required to a particular post or an interview, right? So what is resume? Resume is basically 1 to 2 pages, the summary of skills, education, qualification, experience of a person, right? So it is a brief summary, a short description of a person, of a complete profile, not in, I would say, the long descriptions and the whole detailed projects and trainings and all. Just the short description, the summary about that person, that what is the education qualification, what is expertise, what is experience. So the short document, this is termed as resume. And when we talk about the CV, which is called as curriculum vitae, it is a longer and more detailed synopsis indicating professional experience of a person. So when we talk about a CV, what is that? Resume is short description of the summary and education, and CV is basically the longer and detailed synopsis, detailed description about the overall experience and of that person in terms of profession. Fine. So we generally have a question, a confusion. That confusion is that resume is for freshers and CV is for experienced, right? But this is not true. Why? The reason is that when a person is fresher, so he'll be or she'll be having very less kind of experience in terms of professional world, right? So what that document going to contain, that is the education qualification and basic experience and the skills whatever that guy or girl has, right? But what about CV? CV is that when I have a longer experience and I have various stuff in my profile, I have worked on number of technologies or number of fields or companies, so I'll try to explain all my projects, my trainings, my experience. So by this means the document becomes longer. That is why it is an assumption that resume is for freshers and CV is for experienced people. But it is not true. Experienced people can also have a resume if they want to have. Fine. So do not get confused with the term like resume or CV or biodata. Okay. So I hope that we got the complete idea that what is the difference between biodata, resume, and CV.